That was surprisingly nice.
Surprised too.
Yeah, I was surprised. I really thought it was going in a really, really bad place. Okay, so my turn. So as many of you know, some of you might not, my name is Jeff Greene. So I'm Simon's brother. This is Simon. Simon is the groom. This is for all the plus ones and just English guy, Jeremy, or that Heather brought apparently. Yeah, just for the plus ones, just in case. So I'm the best man here today. I mean, there's groomsmen, and there are obviously a lot of men here, but I'm the best man. Okay. So I do have some things to do. I got to run through a few thank yous. So some of the obvious ones, obviously, there was Father Halpin in the church earlier on, probably the coolest priest I've ever seen in my life. He was fantastic. If anybody saw him, he was excellent. We've got the what he described earlier on as the media team. The videographers just there. That's Rafal and Daga. Then we got Mike, who was up on the on top of the car earlier on. They're all fantastic, and you've seen them buzzing around all day, which means they're hard at work, which means you're paying them well, which is great. It's all fantastic news, right? Obviously, I mean, he said it better than I could have about thanking Clonabreany despite the many harassing emails you were sending them. I believe they blocked you at some stage, but here we are. The church themselves, the church was beautiful, and they rented out, even though it's not their diocese or however that works. Good guys. Then the music in the church was beautiful. So we had, where are they? There was Laura. It was my sister. That was gorgeous, right? Oh, there we are. Hello. Emer, I saw her somewhere as well. Down the back there with that beautiful rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Then we had Nick there, was on the ukulele and the keyboard and what have you, and sang a little background. It was really, really nice. It was incredibly pleasant. No, it's not surprising. This is how I talk. To Steve and Mary, just for last night. Well, me personally, you didn't put me up. I'm not marrying your daughter. So, so my thanks really reached for last night, which was the dinner, which was beautiful, and I really, really do appreciate it. I'm sure a lot of people do. So thank you very much for that. Quick round of applause for them there. Very excellent. Now, to my own mother and father, I couldn't waste the opportunity of standing up here without thanking them for just all of it, really. I had a lot of children, and they're all terrible. Becky Greene, where is she? Saw her earlier on. You getting a shout out? She did all the engagement photos, which then got turned into enormous actual canvas photos, which were given out as presents, which seems a little immodest, but we won't dwell. And then to any of the travelling parties, which I realise constitutes the majority of the room at this stage, between the US and the UK, Australia over there, Dubai, did you say? Heather, Belgium, by way of England. Either way, thank you so much for coming out. It really is an enormous distance that is very, very much appreciated. Oh, and Jer. Come on, where's he coming from? So as you might imagine, I've known Simon for quite some time. I roomed with him for some years. So I was lucky enough, Simon will have you believed, for the first part of my life, that he ran my life. He ran the whole thing. He made all the decisions for me, and I was blown away by this because he had me convinced that this was a good idea, right? So I thought at this stage that Simon knew everything, right? So because he was making all these really complicated decisions for two people. No, he's making it for one decision and then just applying it twice, right? So it was, my God, it was years. It was years before I figured out that Simon doesn't know anything. I mean, let alone everything. All right, and so look at him. He's finding this out for the first time. He doesn't know everything. He doesn't know anything. But this ignorance, I guess, of his own shortcomings is one of the better qualities about Simon. It's one of the best things. It's one of the things I admire the most about him, right? Because you're never going to turn to Simon and ask if he has a skill set, and he's not going to say no. Right? So like a couple of years ago, myself and him were in Paris, right? And I would have been like 7. Yeah, he knows. I would have been like 17. He was like 19 years old, right? And we're staying in this like really ratty, like beaten up kind of. I would struggle to call it a hotel, and it was just in I think Latin District, Latin Quarter, something like that. And we meet these two really like naive, like innocent American guys, and they get kind of all swept up in all of this like nonsense, right? And one of the guys, as just the absolute worst haircut I've ever seen in my life. All right, like, it's horrible. So he's got this like lank, like greasy, disgusting hair. It's like back length that's just hanging all over the place. And he kind of, he's like, oh yeah, because he knows it's terrible. It's obviously terrible. And he wants, so he's kind of casually mentions that he wants to get a haircut for all the European ladies. And Simon's like, I'll cut your hair. and he's like, well, do you know how to cut hair? And he's like, cut hair? I've had 1,000 haircuts. Of course I can cut hair. Obviously I'm going to cut your hair. All right? And Simon's like building up steam at this stage, and he's just like, all right, that's it. You get the towel. I'm going to reception. So Simon's up at reception. He's like, yeah, can I get your scissors? That's right. That's scissors. The one under your hand. No, I can't wait till the morning. Absolutely not. Thank you. Steams up to the room. Into the room. This kid's still in shell shock. Like, Simon's been gone for like 15 seconds. All right? And he's like, got your towel? Sweet. Head over the balcony. And he throws his kid's head over the balcony and he like shears his head like a sheep. All right. And what's a really, really important takeaway from this story is Simon did not do this as a joke. Like, it wasn't like me and him like, let's pick on this. Simon was like, yeah, I get my hair cut all the time. I've seen how they do it. I know the ins and outs. Fine. You know? Like, that's not Simon's sense of humor. Simon's sense of humor is very, very different to that. And like, not a lot of people get it. Because it can really go in a couple of directions, but really it's either going to go one of two ways, which is like not far enough or just way too far, you know? So, like, we were in a bar one time, we were in Seattle. This is only a year ago, you gotta remember this one. And so we're playing pinball. I have pinballs, like one of those old school places. And the machine eats his quarter, like 25 cents, all right? 25 cents, like no big deal. Wrong, big deal. Simon is up at the bar, like demanding satisfaction. And she's like, no way, get the hell out of here, you know? It's like 25 cents. So like, I know this is a joke, and he knows it's a joke, but other people don't know this is a joke, right? And Simon's like, looks her dead in the eye, and he's like, give me back my 25 cents, or I'm going to do 25 cents worth of damage to this building. And she's like, you know, like, it's just uncomfortable is I guess the only way I can describe it. So he's like looking her dead in the eye, and there's like a little crack in the concrete, and he's like, you know, stamping quite hard on the floor, shaking the solid bar, you know. And like, I'm laughing, he's laughing, and like other staff members are starting to kind of accumulate, you know. So Simon realized, okay, this joke is not going down well. This is not being received well at all. I got to escalate this. That's what's going to make this funny. So it's like an empty keg at the end of the bar. And so he grabs it and he lifts it up over his head like Donkey Kong. All right? And he's holding it over his head and he's like, give me back my 25 cents, you know? But like at this stage, like the entire staff are out, okay? And they are, like, I swear to God, they are herding people out of the bar. Like, people are being removed from harm's way, which is Simon trying to get this quarter for a refund. And like, so people don't get Simon's jokes all the time. I guess where I'm going with that. But I mean, okay, so it is important. It is. Yeah, I got it. Don't worry, buddy. What does deserve mentioning at this stage is that trip that I mentioned earlier on. Like I said, I was 17, and we went to like 11 different countries. So Simon was like 19. I was in school, all right. So I didn't really exactly have a great income at the time. So Simon really funded a lot of that and convinced my parents that we were going to be fine if we went around 11 countries as like a high school kid, right? So I mean, as much as I'm going to want to stand up here and like I want to come all like bossy and gay or whatever like that, I mean, if I had to call him like one word, it would be kind. You know, he's a kind guy, absolutely. He's a wonderful man. So to any of you, that's probably the American contingent realistically, who don't know Simon as long as I have, that's kind of doing Shannon a little bit of a disservice because you don't know what she did. You don't know the canvas that she had to work with. Like when she got her hands on Simon, he was just this like, he was like perpetually in like sweatpants and you remember those DC shoes and like the shaved head, or else it was the opposite, it was just like long hair. Like, do you remember what she used to wear in school? Those like skin tight flares, like all of that, just a disaster. And like, just you saved him from this like lifetime of fashion mishaps, which is appreciated. But I mean, at the time, I mean, he barely walked, let alone ran. So if you're only seeing him and you want to, you know, you compliment like him on the, you know, the suits and the clothes and the hair and the marathons, then you again are doing Shannon a disservice. Okay, you should go and apologise to Shannon later on, and just say thank you for what she did. Congratulations, Shannon, for that. So this is kind of run all a little long because honestly I didn't think that I'd have any free reign over this speech at all. So someone gave me a list of rules some months ago, I guess, and they're quite restrictive. Things I could and couldn't say. So I really thought someone was going to like take a look at the speech, take a look at the speech and say absolutely not, you know. But he didn't. He was actually way too busy. So so yeah. So actually, yeah. So I kind of had semi-prepared, like, you know, a little bit of speech. One that, Simon's great, you know, he's so smart, and he's so what. But we know the truth. Simon's insane. But it's absolutely fine because Shannon is too. Because how else would you even explain this wedding day? Because think about it, like insanity is meeting someone and then immediately getting into a 3,000 mile long distance relationship. You know, insanity is like both of you living like paupers so that you can make, 11 trips over? Spending every penny they made going to see each other. And what insanity is really doing this for the guts of 3 years. But if that's insanity, and this is kind of where insanity has gotten us, I guess there's quite a lot to be said for it. So, I mean, you maniacs, you deserve each other. Which is just about the highest compliment I guess I could pay either one of you. But seriously, Shannon, welcome to the family. And to both of you, I sincerely wish you the best of everything. And if everyone could just raise their glasses and cheers to the happy couple. Cheers to that. Cheers. Cheers. Good. Cheers, guys. What's that? Oh, okay. You can hug that. We got half crouch.
What?
Speeches are over.
Wedding is over.
How long was it? 38 minutes. Anyone get 38 minutes? Hey! Drinks on Adrian. Thank you guys, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Good man. Well delivered.
Not good, man. Best man.
Yeah.